Just getting back from a really good night in Kenya. So I just want to kind of catch up, talk about like um, just the whole travel thing. And I just been noticing something that's kind of consistent with a lot of people who do travel. Um, I think that there's a problem where they kind of lose their sense of what they were originally seeking, or not really seeking, but what what they were originally um, frustrated about or seeking. Like one of the two. And when they travel and they go to these other countries, they get familiar. Uh, I would say not really familiar, but where their attention get turned away to something that is not available to them in the United States, and it's something that they enjoy, or it kind of pleases a sector in their brain, and they start to just say, "This is good for right now," but they're still missing that that element that they were missing when they left the United States, or there's still things that are actually now. The other part is they'll find something that works, that's pleasing for their time right now, um, and they are away from the things that they wanted to get away from when they left the United States. Everyone's getting away from something, or seeking something, or both. Um, and they haven't really found their place in that country. So they begin to attach themselves to things that are different. But if they continue down this path, they'll end up dealing with the same things that stressed them out or made them feel uncomfortable in the first place. And that's, I think that's consistent. I keep seeing that. I keep seeing that. There's a lot of people who need to do a lot of growing up, and I saw a lot of that when I was in Thailand. Um, People are across in Germany too. A lot of the people who travel, Americans, especially Americans, when they leave the United States and they go to Germany, um, they turn into something else. They try to get in sync with the German population. And you guys gotta understand, I don't care how close in proximity you think Germany is to the United States. The German, they're not Americans. They don't do what we do. They're not like us. I don't care how much our music they listen to, our clothes they wear, or anything like that. They're not American. All right, they're just not. Nor do they want to be. You may have maybe a German over here or a German over there that may be interested in, you know, kind of enjoying their social life the way we do in the United States. That doesn't mean anything. There's all kinds of people in the United States that try to get into social structures or build social structures that are similar to something that they saw in France or Italy or Spain or Germany or Australia or whatever. And that's why you see so many different elements of social life in the United States. And it's because of that. And it's welcome. It's welcome. It's cool. You can do that. The United States, they call it a melting pot for a reason. And it's not a melting pot because all the races are coming together. It's a melting pot because we're bringing in all kinds of cultures and musics and words. The American language, language, don't say the English language, the American English language is filled with foreign words that a lot of people in the United States don't even know that they're foreign. You have to tell them, like, no, that came from something else. But speaking of that, you also have a something that I see in the travel world, what I call the kiss of death, and this is about dating. they leave the United States, and they go, like, because they're trying to find their way, they're trying to find their place, and they leave the United States, and it's been a while since they been with a significant other, and they meet someone with features that they're not used to paying attention to them, and you you get involved with them, and it's like, whoa, it takes you back, and you start falling for them, and you just get blindsided, and next thing you know, you're in a world of hurt. You like 1,000 times worse situation than you were when you left the United States. That is frequent, especially in like places like Thailand, Colombia, South America, Venezuela, and everywhere, all over the world. Japan, the Philippines, and you see us all over the internet. And that's why I call it the kiss of death. Your first involvement with someone with beauty features that you're not used to being that close to, and it's called the kiss of death. And they turn out they got bad intentions, and you're so blindsided by the beauty, you're not looking for the blatantly obvious signals, and it's like right in your face, and you you don't see it, and it's like obvious, and you wake up in the morning after you all satisfied, and you go, damn, how come I didn't see that? Damn, I should have noticed that. Oh, they got me. And it's men and women. You notice I'm not saying her or him. It's men and women. That's all of the above, man. It's women get got, men get got. It's no certain group of people of anywhere that are like, yeah, oh, it's them. They're the ones who get. No, it's not. It's everybody. It's everybody. Have I getting got? No, I didn't. I never got close to somebody in a foreign country and end up losing something, end up in a bad situation. That's never happened to me. And I think the reason why is I don't really get tripped up by beauty. Thank God. I used to, back in the days I used to, but I was bound to the United States. And whenever I went to when I was in the military going to foreign countries, I was with a lot of people who had my back. Some didn't, some did. That's just the way of life. And you just gotta watch it. You just gotta. And if you're one of those people that kind of want it all the time, before you go out to your nightlife, you might want to take care of it to ease you up. That way, you're not so clouded with the wrong information, with the wrong energy. There's your natural energy that keeps you grounded, it keeps you focused and keeps you cool. That it's that energy that allows you to get your cool on when you're just comfortable and nobody can knock you off your game. That's your energy. That's your best energy. Now, this Foxy Brown got a lyric in one of her songs. It's called "Never Fall Victim to Horny." This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you do, there are so many stories. The worst stories of men and women traveling is of falling victim to horny. The worst stories is of that. And they're all over the internet. All over, there's books, countless books written on them and everything. It's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. So you just gotta you gotta prepare yourself. And part of preparing yourself is making sure you get rid of some of that cloud, so you can see a little bit better. Get rid of that smoke, and so you can deal with a lot of the craziness is gonna come at you. Because when you're a foreigner, you can become a target. So the craziest of crazy is gonna focus on you, because you don't know what they do out there. They're like, oh, you're not gonna see the obvious signs. The kind of stuff that I can't get away with the locals, I can get away with you, because you don't know what is considered bad or good, because what's the blatant obvious signs are unfamiliar to you, because those signs are different. The signs that are considered like, look, if she's like this, then stay away from her. Where you're from, when she's like that, that means probably means she's a good girl. So you really gotta pay attention and just know that you are not home. You're not home. Uh, and that's just kind of when I get a spill. And you're wondering, why did you come back from a night and have this situation? Well, I was actually with at least three girls, right? One of them I liked, and the other ones were kind of where they were going. They were all going in a kind of the same direction, so they wanted to all hop in my taxi, and she was supposed to come with me. And she was kind of on my lap, but the other friend was in my ear, and she was saying the most disgusting garbage you could think of. And I'm like, I'm doing this, and I turn around, I say, "What's such a face?" She goes, "It's just, you know." And the other friend got in the car. We got to their stop, and the other one came around, and she was talking to her in another language. And I'm not even gonna tell you the language. And they were talking. She came around the other side to talk to her when she was sitting in my lap, and she leaned over. Remember, I was completely disgusted and turned. Her breath was stinking too. I was completely turned up on her. I was so glad she got out of the car. I was like, "Yo, stop talking so we can continue on our journey." We was gonna go to a late night lunch spot. It was like breakfast. Gonna get some pancakes and some chicken sausages, which is what I wanted. I didn't get it. And she turns to me after talking to her friend's sitting there like this, and I'm like, she goes, me, you, or three of us. And I go, "Oh, that's hell no." Which means she's done it before. It means she's swapped with that girl that I was disgusted by. Now I'm disgusted by her, and I go, "Nah, I think I'm just gonna go home." She goes, "No, it's okay, it's okay." Just by saying that, "Nah, I think I'm just gonna go home." I looked around, she kind of grabbed it, and I was like, and I got out of the taxi and told the taxi man, "Hold up," and I was like, "Come on," and I was like, "I'm the one who paid for the taxi, so just ask these girls to leave so I can get a taxi and go home." And he's like, "Okay, come on. And they start talking to him in the language. He goes, "No, not here, blah, 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 whatever. I got in the taxi, and she finally got out. I closed the door, and now here I am. And I didn't see that she was that close with them. But when she asked me that, I was like, nah. Delete. She gave me her number. I was like, delete. So, you just got to watch it. There's a lot of dudes that have been like, yeah. They would have kind of whipped with something just to get the girl because she was pretty, man. She was very pretty. But dudes be like, "Oh, she looked good, so I'm just gonna just do what it do because I'm in that mood and she's got the right. She got the right, things. She checks off the right boxes. There's like 1,000 boxes, but you only need 5 of them. You only need 5 boxes to check off, and you like straight. When you choosing a partner, you realize there's a bunch of boxes that you really got to check off. And a lot of times when you just looking for something in a nightlife, there's only some people there's only one. Some people it's just one. I'm good. You check that one right there, that's it. You pretty, you physically attractive, that's it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go. I'm that's good enough for me. Hop in the taxi. Let's just go. Well, that's when you get into a lot of trouble. But that's either here nor there. There's a lot of people who are, up on it, and they kind of go to a foreign country for other reasons, whatever reasons that are not about, not about meeting anybody. They're there for some kind of tourism experience. They're there for like 3 weeks, and there's a couple days that you're not really, indulging into that experience of why you've been there. Or it was like a festival. At the festival's 3 days. You went for a week, and now the festival's over, and you just like to see somebody. Adults do that. Okay, that's just what adults do. You check off the right boxes. I check off the right boxes. Let's just go and enjoy each other's night. Let's have a couple of drinks and enjoy each other's night. But another word of advice: if you're traveling by yourself, matter of fact, I don't care you traveling with 1,000 people. I really don't care. unless you are with people you can count on and are you consider the safest people for me in the world, no one's could be any safer but the people that are with me, then maybe it's okay for you to get drunk on your birthday or New Year's Eve or something like that. But even then, it's probably a bad idea. But if you are traveling by yourself and you travel with someone you just kind of knew for a little bit, do not get drunk. Because everything I told you to watch out for, even if you took all of my advice and you were dead set focused, and with this suit of armor of knowledge and awareness, you can't go wrong. You get drunk, all that goes out the window. And you are going to wake up to a brand new world. Or you don't wake up at all. You know? And that's true in every sector of the planet. You can't just say, oh, I'm from San Francisco. That doesn't happen out there. Yeah, you sure? Go look up crimes in your area. The laundry list of crimes. You ever did that before? Have you ever looked into the kind of stuff that's going on where you live? Because a lot of people live in neighborhoods and their workplace and their social structures allow them to be completely oblivious to what's going on around them and not care because of their bubble, it just keeps passing them by. For example, on a highway, how many times you think you've avoided a drunk driver? On a highway. How many times do you think your young teen who has only been driving for 6 months avoided a drunk driver? And next thing you know, 30 cars down the road, your teen drives by and look, and there's a car upside down, and knowing that everyone in there is probably not going to make it. That's just life. So what do? You prepare for that. You become a really good driver, and you be really aware to drive. Cars that are not driving. That's just going in your exit. That's not enough. You need to really see what's going on the whole around you. Obviously, that's how you're supposed to drive, even behind you. It's the same thing with just life in general. You just gotta be real focused, and if you're not, just like I saw a video earlier this morning, and I was doing my work, and I took a quick lunch break, and I was just watching videos, here over here, and this guy was laying on the floor of the hotel. I think it was the Aria Hotel in front of his. Maybe it was his room. Like this, crying, banging, and like this is like, I lost everything. It's not funny, but have lived in Vegas, I used to see that all the time. See people like swinging and trying to fight all of the security at the craps table because they lost it all at the craps table. What you bet it for? Why would you bet something that you are not comfortable losing? You are not financially stable to lose. If you're not financially stable to lose that $100,000, then why are you betting it? I just want to bundy. Play lotto. You spent $100,000. Well, why don't you just be comfortable and spend like $20 a month on lotto tickets? Like me. I like playing lotto. And that's pretty much what I spend. Like $21 a month, and I play lotto like every single month. I'm playing Powerball, big game. I'm in a foreign country and I can't play. Every once in a while, when the numbers are big, I try to call up somebody, a family or a friend, and say, "Hey, play my numbers that I always play." I should have did it like a couple weeks ago. I don't know. I forgot. I should have done it. And I haven't even checked to see if my number's been played yet. You know what? That's probably a good idea. I'm gonna check to see if my number's been played already. Because after the case, you got to get new numbers. You're gonna be banging your head against the wall if you find out your numbers got played and you didn't play. You're probably gonna be like that dude. I could have had everything. Could have had everything. Instead of you lost everything, I could have had everything. Could have everything. But that's gonna be true. Like if your numbers played and you could have won that $2 billion and you didn't play. Ouch. Ooh, ouch. That could be me because I didn't check. But anyway, yeah, that's it. You really just got to. I think the game plan is you just got to know what you want and try to be as self-sufficient as you can, so that you don't need as much in a foreign country where you may not have access to a lot of things. Watch who you hang out with. Just because they're famous or popular or anything like that, that doesn't mean they're gonna have your back too. Fortunately, I've been able to kind of catch up with some semi-decent people, some more than others. You really got to be able financially to take care of everything, even when the worst can happen when you're traveling. You got to make sure there's another box. What if this, and that happens? Am I good? If it's all in the green, and I'm gonna need this, and this, I can't live without this, and this, and this. If all of these boxes are in the green, then pack your bags. You are about to embark on the travel adventure of a lifetime that doesn't have to end. When you are in one country and you know what? I'm not like this anymore. Well, off to the next one. Flying over here, flying over here, flying over there, hanging out here. You find yourself in places that are just so dreamy. You just like, I could never even dream about being in a place like this. You feel like you're in another world. There's only one way to find that, and you just got to keep looking. Now, you really got to, before you travel, and that's what you want, do as much research as you can about as much places as you can, because in order for you to completely scratch off a country, you got to have done everything and been everywhere. Have you done everything and been everywhere? Also, yeah, I'm gonna go bed as soon as this is done. I'm going knocked out. Also, how many places in the United States have you been to? Do you know what it's like to be in New York City? Do you know what it's like to be in Wyoming, Idaho, Wisconsin, all of it parts, north, south, east, west, countryside, city side. Big old Texas. Texas is so many places. Have you been all over Texas? You find your niche. I'm telling you, man, you may start doing that, traveling throughout the United States, which is an adventure. Traveling throughout the United States is an adventure. And then you may find, like 6 months into it of traveling throughout the United States, you found what you were looking for. Everything right here. He was like, that's what I've been looking for. And next thing you know, you're like, forget traveling, which is not that easy. Traveling is not as easy as what you would think. It's not that easy. So don't go thinking that you could just hop on a plane, get an Airbnb, and just do it. You may not be built for it. Culture shock may be extremely debilitating. You may find that you are incapable of overcoming the setbacks mentally, spiritually, physically, that you will experience by being in a country that's completely foreign to where you're from. And you could say that if someone from West Virginia, some old small dirt town with catching alligators, and now you're in Manhattan. Congratulations on being able to afford to live in Manhattan comfortably, coming from a small town in West Virginia. Congratulations, because you probably went from making $30,000 or $25,000 a year to making almost two to $300,000 a year, which is how much you're gonna have to make to live comfortable in New York City, Manhattan at that, or more. And you may like, I don't even like this, but that great job, here's what's gonna get you. That great job offer that you got, you can't just up and leave it and go to another one and get that same offer. It doesn't work that way. You have to be in New York for about 3 years and transition. However, it's going to allow you to transition. Your skill may be a unique qualification for that job and that company, and no one's really looking for you anywhere else. Stay there, make that money, and transition. And with transitioning, which means set yourself up to be qualified to go somewhere else, get that job, get that career, make that money. A lot of times you're going to have to take a huge pay cut. Just a lot of times people take huge pay cuts just to relocate. I just don't want to be here anymore. I can't take it. That's it. I'm done. I got to bounce. And they bounce, take a pay cut, they go here, and they bounce. I've done it. I didn't want to live somewhere anymore, and I just said, my resume, got the job, and I left. And I didn't look back. And going back, I still would not, I still would have done the same thing. Or I just never took a job in that place before. St. Louis was one of those places. I couldn't stand living in St. Louis. I went from St. Louis to San Antonio, and I loved San Antonio. Love San Antonio. Some people hate San Antonio. I love San Antonio. I've been to places some people love St. I know people who says St. Louis is probably one of the best cities in the world. Come on, you experienced that. Man, I hate Jersey. I can't. Jersey Shore. God, I hate it. I hate Seattle. I hate Birmingham. I hate, I hate Houston. I hate it. And then someone goes, oh my God, I love that place. And you're like, you do? People are different, you know. And that's why you'll look at some popular YouTuber having a time of their life. And I'm just gonna put it out there. Race card. And you're like, oh, he's black. I'm black. If he's having fun there, if I go there, I'm gonna have fun too. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. And that's true with white, Hispanic, or whatever. It doesn't matter what you are. You have to be exactly like that person. Same personality, same height, same tone. Me and Tyson Beckford are both black men. Do I look like Tyson Beckford? Do I look like I can be his relative? Of course, sure. I can be his relative. But looks does play a role. But that's besides the point. That's not going to really weigh that much. That he's a light-skinned black. I mean, he's a dark-skinned black. I'm a light-skinned black. That's not going to. Some cases that may play, but that's going to play a part everywhere. Okay. But it doesn't matter where you're going. It doesn't matter where you're going. It doesn't. If it's different, if it's a different place, there's going to be a different experience. You're going to deal with different stressors and problems and opportunities or disadvantages that you just got to be prepared for. But just because that person is in the same group that you are in, whatever group it is, people who talk a lot, people who are introverted, extroverted, people who like to travel and dress with regular clothes and everywhere. But it is what it is. But I'm going to end this, and y'all have a good day.